as a Muslim. Yes, I'm from Canada, born and raised there. And I know a lot of people from there. My audience is from Canada, US, Europe, the Western world. And a lot of you can't fathom how I could be happy here as a Muslim.
Firstly, we don't question how you can be happy in Kuwait as a Muslim. We question how you can be happy in Kuwait, allegedly married to a man you have zero chemistry with, while living the kind of life you rejected so wholeheartedly previously. We also question whether or not you are happy, despite your protests that you are, when you look so utterly dejected. We don't factor, as a Muslim, into it. Stop making this about religion. It's about your location, yes, but not your location's religious beliefs. It's mostly about your relationship, or lack thereof.
And I explained some things that I missed, certain freedoms, miss my family. But overall, for me, home is where my heart is. My heart is with Salah.
This is not the face of a happy individual.
I love him a lot.
This is not the face of someone deeply in love.
I love him a lot.
Your body language isn't saying, I love him a lot.
He loves me.
This is not the face of someone who feels loved.
He loves me.
This is the body language of someone who is utterly dejected.
And I'm being sincere that I'm not miserable here, you know.
This is not the body language of someone who is being sincere or who is happy.
I'm the type of person that if I was, I would just go back, like, you know, easily.
You'd like to think that you're the type of person who would walk away when things weren't right, but history has shown that you are willing to stay in a situation that is not only bad for your mental health, but also is actually dangerous for you physically. History has shown us that you are willing to put up with an awful lot of very, very bad treatment and neglect without walking away. I'd go as far to say that the only reason you are no longer in your previous situation, where you had ample opportunity to walk away, is because the other party involved walks away instead.
Well, not easily.
Instant damage control. Did we make a little mistake there, Foodie? Little Freudian slip, perhaps?
But easy enough. I know he's always said if you ever really need to go back and see your family, I'll book you a flight. But I have that knowledge and security that I can go. It's not that I'm stuck here, you know?
If not stuck here, why so visibly upset?
When I weigh everything,
This is the body language of somebody who wants to cry. I've removed the audio and slowed down the next clip because I want you to focus on Fuja's posture, her facial expressions, the deep sigh and shrugging of shoulders, the downturned mouth, and the glassy, tearful eyes, and ask yourself the question, does this look like a happy individual?
and that's why I'm tired. I stayed awake thinking about these things. When I weigh everything,
This is the expression of someone crying for help.
whenever I consider everything, I am happier overall.
Is this the facial expression of someone who is happy overall?
Here than I was in Canada. And it's so strange for me to hear people say, you were happier in Canada.
Why is it strange? You weren't happy in Canada also, and we never assumed you were. But you are really unhappy here. You look dejected and defeated. You look like somebody who has lost everything. The fact of the matter is, you are somebody who took a gamble to change their life and has realised that you've made, possibly, the biggest mistake of your life, and that you have, in fact, lost everything.
Which makes me realize, like, people really don't know how I was feeling.
We knew how you were feeling. We knew you were crying for help. We also knew that you were completely convinced that you were fooling all of us into believing that you were living the life and that you were doing exactly what you wanted to do. We weren't fooled, not for a minute. The only person you succeeded in fooling was yourself.
Internally, and maybe I didn't express that. I'm not feeling the greatest because I'm not, doing much to improve my situation health-wise, and that you can't escape from. But people don't seem to remember how people think I'm more unhealthy and eat more here. That's not true.
We think you're about the same as you always were. You either think that we think you're unhappy because of your health, or you're trying to convince yourself that we think you're unhappy because of your health. When the truth of the matter is, we think you're unhappy because of your non-existent relationship and the situation you've gotten yourself trapped in. P.S. This didn't age well.
My highest weight was in Canada. I was 402 pounds. My blood sugar was 17. It's now like 6.
Hello, Foodie. This is Fat Cow, a commentary channel from the future. Your blood sugar has registered up to 25 since then, and only goes down to around 17 when you've taken insulin and other medications for diabetes. Your health now, October 2024, is the worst it has ever been. And yeah, you're still in Kuwait.
The last time I weighed myself here, I wasn't 400. Maybe 370. It's been averaging out. So, I was in the ER all the time. Blood clots. No, I wasn't healthier. So we didn't break up. We're not getting a divorce. We're not getting a divorce.
That quick side glance. Is there somebody else there?
I was just thinking of going back to Canada temporarily for a visit to get rid of that homesickness feeling, but I really think I would be more homesick for here if I went there. The more I'm here, the more this starts to feel like home.
This is a facial expression of somebody who hates the idea.
And again, when I was in Thailand, I felt at home because I was with Salah, So,
this facial expression tells a very different story.
like completely moving to another country, it's kind of a big culture shock sometimes.
Again, I've removed the audio and slowed down the next clip because I want you to focus on Foodie's posture, her facial expressions, the deep sighs and shrugging the shoulders, the downturned mouth and the glassy, tearful eyes, and ask yourself the question, does this look like a happy individual?
I should be able to function normally and happily without being high.
Foodie doesn't understand why everything didn't get better just because she removed herself from literally being able to get access to drugs and alcohol, but hasn't addressed any of the issues behind why she needs to use them in the first place. You haven't changed, Foodie. You just removed your ability to do these things.
Like, you know, and addiction is very big for me. And I think a part of me doesn't want to go back to Canada for that reason. I don't want to fall back into addictions that I don't have access to here. Ordering 3-4.
Hello, Foodie. It's me again, Fat Cow from the future. You are still ordering fast food 3 times a day. Nothing has changed. Not a damn thing.
4 times a day. I don't know, like just whenever I want, you know, just being very frivolous and not good with money. I just don't trust myself right now. My heart is with Salah. We're very much in love and married despite what people think. I mean, I don't know where people believe all these weird theories that people come up with about us when there's zero proof, you know?
Gosh, I wonder why people find it so hard to believe that you and Salah are legally married. Maybe it's because of this. To get married legally, you need residency, a civil ID, a valid passport, and a CNI. To get residency, you need a sponsor, a no objective certificate, health insurance, a police certificate, and an extensive medical certificate. Once you have residency, you can get a civil ID. All based on the idea that the necessary paperwork arrived the morning of the alleged marriage. The application by the sponsor for the no objective certificate had to have happened somewhere between the 8th of July and the 18th of October 2022, which is then sent to the Embassy of Kuwait in Canada, which is in Ottawa. Application for the certificate of no impediment had to be applied for on the 12th of September 2022 from the local register office. Foodie announced her relationship with Salah on the internet on the 3rd of October 2022. The presentation of the CNI to the Kuwaiti court prior to marriage had to have happened on the 11th of October 2022. The application for extensive medical certificate had to have happened on the 28th of October 2022. The application for a police certificate to show that you have no criminal record had to be applied for on the 1st of November 2022 in order to arrive on time. Foodie arrived in Kuwait on the 2nd of November 2022 and would have to apply for a civil ID on the same day, the 2nd of November 2022. Allegedly, they get married in court on the 8th of November 2022, however would not have received a civil ID until the 13th of November 2022. If the necessary paperwork arrived on the alleged morning of the marriage, the earliest date that Foodie could have actually have gotten married, because she had to wait for the civil ID to be processed, would have been the 13th of November 2022.
We love each other and I hopefully can spend the rest of my life with him. We love each other and I hopefully can spend the rest of my life with him. We love each other and I hopefully can spend the rest of my life with him, and I just think the Middle East is the best right now for me, like to recover from addiction, to recover financially.
Foodie is obviously extremely unhappy. In fact, The signs were there that she was regretting her decision to move to Kuwait as early as April of 2023, only 5 months after arriving, if not sooner. She felt that this was going to be a fresh new start, a chance of a do-over, a rebranding of sorts. But the old adage that everywhere you go, there you are, has never been more clearer than this. It doesn't matter where you are, foodie. You bring yourself and your issues with you. A change in location isn't going to fix anything. Neither will a change in religion nor a relationship. The only thing that will fix things at this stage is therapy. You've proven that you cannot do this by yourself. Get professional help for everything.